Hello world, welcome to another Geek Movie review, this time for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro Boogaloo. No, of course, the Electro Boogaloo isn't really what it's called. It's just called Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it follows on from the first movie where we saw the loss of the Lizard and also the loss of Gwen Stacy's father. Peter Parker's found out some bits about his own parents disappearing, and he is going to be piecing together some of that in this movie, and also he's still torn up about what happened to Gwen Stacy's father, but they're still in love, so there's that angle coming in. There's Harry Osborn coming back, there's new villains everywhere, and chaos ensues in New York City, just like you'd expect. Okay, so what did I think of the movie? Well, the screenplay is very, very higgledy-piggledy. It's a bit cheesy. There's some very funny moments in it. There's some fantastic action sequences in it. But it tries to squeeze far too much into one movie. It is significantly better in many respects than the first movie. Obviously, because the first movie felt like a retread of the first Sam Raimi movie with some tweaks. This movie, in some respects, feels like a retread of Spider-Man 2, but with some tweaks. But a better job's been done. Sadly, there are too many plot threads going on at once. At the core of this movie, it is a love story between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. You've got the plot threads with Harry Osborn and the new Green Goblin. You've got plot threads leading into spin-off movies in the next movie. You've got plot threads with Electro and, you know, why Electro dislikes Spider-Man, what his problems are, where he comes from. You've got things with characters that only show up for brief moments of time, or maybe they'll show up in other movies much more, but seems sort of wasted in some respects. And it's just a little bit too much going on. The core storyline, though, is very good. The mystery about Peter Parker's parents, the love story with Gwen Stacy, that very well done. In particular, because the on-screen chemistry of the real-life couple of Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, who are fantastic in this movie. If anyone had any doubts about the two of them, this movie proves that they are both fantastic actors, and we're going to see, you know, some great performances for many years to come, probably from those two. Garfield, in particular, pulls off Spider-Man. He is the perfect Spider-Man. Once he gets that costume on, gets that cocky voice and a bit of attitude going, he's absolutely fantastic. He is exactly what you expect from a Spider-Man if you've been a fan of the comics, if you're a fan of the animated series from the 80s, the 90s and the noughties. They've all been good portrayals of Spider-Man, and this is the best portrayal of an actual Spider-Man that I've seen so far. There aren't really any bad performances. Jamie Foxx is a bit cheesy. I wasn't a huge fan of the look of the Electro that they used. I wasn't a big fan of his background that was changed. Max Dillon's background was changed. Obviously, he was an effective villain for the majority of the film, and the way he is used by people is good and is setting up more of the world. Some great cameos of characters that we can expect to see in future projects in this universe. In particular, Alistair Smythe and Felicia Hardy. Those of you who are fans of the Spider-Man universe will know who they are. I won't need to give too much away. There's also a male version of Dr. Kafka, who is very, very, very cheesy, and it really did detract from the few moments that he was in the film, just how cheesy they portrayed this character. Very stereotypically German scientist, and it was a complete laughingstock. The action sequences were fantastic. The score was good, but not completely engrossing. Some of it sounded like it had been left over from a Richard Donner Superman movie, and they just sort of thrown it into this Spider-Man movie in an attempt to make it more epic. It didn't really work. Great use of the Spider-Man from the 60s animated theme in this. Don't want to tell you where it's used. It's used a couple of times. Very funny though. Plot twists wise, some of them are very cheesy, some of them are very predictable. and 1 or 2 do actually hit the mark. So yeah, sadly the screenplay really does hold this back. There's too much going on. The 3D is well used in the fight scenes and the action scenes, which is good. The acting overall is good, excellent when we talk to Garfield and Stone, but too much going on, and it really does detract from the main feature itself. Better than the first movie. Hopefully the third one and the spin-offs will continue to improve, but this one, only 3.5 stars. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching. Up there is a link to my last Geek Movie review. Pop out and watch that. Down there's the like button, click on that and let me know you like this video. Also, in the description box below is a link to my Facebook fan page. Find out what's going on with me, this channel, and when new videos are coming, just in case they don't appear in your subscription box. Oh, make sure you subscribe as well to this channel. And until next time, au revoir.